Hey guys, what's up? I've had a YouTube account and never really posted anything, so I figured I'd do some everybody kind of well it's the go-to mod now, whether you're on a truck, a tuner, or anything like that, and that's how to install HIDs. So I'm gonna give you the simplest breakdown of it I can. Um, Pretty much the ratings, the kelvins rather. 4300 is optimal, is the closest thing to natural daylight. The higher you go, the more the color changes. Around 6, it starts to go from white to bluish. Then from there, it gets darker blue, dark blue, purple, green. I mean, it just all colors the spectrum. So that's something to consider whenever you're picking out HID bulbs. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install these on my personal vehicle. It is a 95 Nissan 240SX S14 from the United States. So here we go. Alright, basically, of course, you're going to remove your grill, Navan grill by the way. You're going to remove your grill, which are 2 bolts here. You're going to have 2 bolts here that hold the headlight in, and you're going to have 2 studs, which mine only has 1, these little studs right here that slide into here, and you're also going to have to remove this screw. So realistically it's about 5 or 6 bolts. Now the cool thing about HIDs is that they're pretty much plug and play. There's no real wiring to say. Basically, the bulb is physically bigger. So what happens is you have this thing right here called a ballast, and this ballast right here hooks up to your power source from your headlights, and this ballast will pump up the voltage and dump more wattage into your headlight. So you got a physically bigger bulb and more power run through it, so it has no choice but to be brighter. So the simple wiring on this is pretty much, get my light. Okay, pretty much you're gonna undo this. Not all vehicles have it. This is a 9003. That's an H4 bulb. Yeah, 9003H4. Basically, once you unscrew this little cap, you're going to plug it in just like a regular headlight. And you got your wires. I zip tied them together just for safety's sake. Here's the factory connector for where the regular headlight would plug in. Basically, it comes with this little block right here, this little black thing. It's aftermarket. Basically, you hook this up into the factory socket and you push these pins through to make the connection. So you got your hot right here, your power, and you got your ground, which is either side of this. Another thing to note, because I made this mistake, if you bi-xenon means that it's going to function on low and high beam. I have a low and high beam bulb, but I didn't consider that on the 240SXs, the high and the low comes on whenever you have your lights on high, and not just your high beams. So that was a mistake I made. If you can prevent that, I'm gonna fix it. But I was just going ahead and showing you because it's something I realized. But basically, once you've got this in and sealed good, you got your block in, your wires connected. Everything from here is plug and play. So you got this, you got a male and a female. So let me turn it. A male and a female. And on your ballast, which these HIDs are from AutoVision. I've had these for maybe a month or so. They never give me a problem. The reason I'm pulling this all apart is because I wanted to relocate and make it a little cleaner. But just so you kind of get the general gist of it, I'm going to be mounting my ballast. The hardest part about this is finding a spot where your ballast won't suffer from vibration or moisture exposure. So I picked a spot right here. I degreased it, put alcohol on it, prepped, and I put some two-sided tape on here. And yeah, so alright, so what we're going to do before we get any further, I obviously know this works, but before you get ready to, you know, go any further with this, you obviously want to plug up your connectors. See, this male goes to this female, and this female goes to this male. There's no way to really mess it up. So, once these have been connected, whoops, okay, so once these have been connected to each other, this plug right here, which is an adapter which comes off your electrical socket from your factory bulb, this plugs into this part of the ballast, and that's why it's plug and play. There's really no way you can mess it up. Another thing to keep in mind, as you handle these bulbs, they'll come sealed. Do not at all costs wear gloves. Do not touch them with your hands, because the natural oil on your hands will if it makes contact with the bulb, it can actually short your bulb out, reduce its life, or just blow it completely before you even put it in. So, helpful hint there. But give me just a sec. I'm going to go ahead and plug all this up. This takes a matter of seconds. So, let's set this down. Come on. Alright, I got these two plugged in. These two connectors, the males and the females. And now, all that's left to hook up is the adapter from your factory socket, which will go just like that. You want to make sure you have it secured properly, because the last thing you want is, you know, a loose connection or something like that. Alright, with all that being said, now obviously you want to go test your product before you put it back together. So I already know it'll work, but just for your sake, there we go. The camera's actually making them look blue. They're really, they're more white whenever they shine. They're 5,000 kelvins from AutoVision. They cost me roughly $27 shipped to my house. Can't really beat them. But, alright, now that we know it works, we're going to go ahead, mount up our ballast. With our two-side tape, of course. Mount it here. I'm going to zip tie these connections to ensure, you know, no shorts, no tangling, no dropping, anything of that sort. And from there, installs the opposite of removal. So, another thing you want to look at, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Whenever you install HIDs, you want to make sure you have them adjusted properly, because if you don't, you're going to blow and piss out everybody, and everyone's going to think you're a dickhead. And that's not cool, dude, because there are a lot of people around here that have jacked up trucks that have like 12,000 Kelvin HIDs. They're just worthless, really, because if you think about it, the deeper the blue you go, the blue will cast a shadow on whatever you look at, so you're actually hindering, you know, the benefit you would gain if you did it properly. But I digress. This little level right here, this lets you know on the Zenkeys where your bulb is projecting. So this little screw right here is the adjuster. Basically, it's just a Phillips head You know, you just turn it once you got everything back together, and you know, get it to where I got mine level. I never get bright lighted. I see good, and you know, it's jam up. Can't really beat it. But I feel like this is a very simple install. A lot of people ask questions about it. I've had friends ask me how to do this, and for roughly, well, I'm making it complicated because I'm, you know, trying to make it look a little cleaner than it really has to be. But start to finish, I'd say you might have 20 minutes in this for both sides, doing it the way I'm doing it. It's super simple. Just take your time with it, and you know, that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, thanks. Have a great day.